Hello viewers and welcome to my course of HR Analytics. Today I am going to show you how to perform sentiment analysis in HR Analytics. Sentiment analysis is a very useful technique in order to understand the overall sentiment of the employees in your organization. Now this sentiment can be around various dimensions such as how they feel about work, how they feel about the company and so on. The dataset that I have used in this example can be downloaded from the link shown on the screen. Now let's see step by step that how we can perform the sentiment analysis. So in the first step, we need to prepare our dataset. Here you can see that we have our data. There are multiple columns. The first column is the employee ID. The second column is the feedback, and this column contains the feedback of the employee provided. The department is the department to which the employee belongs, and then the sentiment we have three categories of the sentiment, for example positive, negative and neutral. So this sentiment column tells the overall sentiment of the employee about the organization. In the second step, we are going to create a keyword list for our sentiment analysis. So here you can see that I have created a keyword of 6 keywords, and against each keyword I have assigned a particular numerical score. Let me tell you that this keyword list that I have created is quite arbitrary. When you are going to perform your own sentiment analysis, you can come up with your own list of keywords and your own score against each keyword, because it varies from organization to organization, and it also depends that in the feedback that you have received, that what keywords your employees have used. In the step 3, we will pre-process the data, and in this pre-processing what we are going to do is that we are going to convert the feedback, the text in the feedback column into the lower text, and we are going to use the lower function to do that. So in my Excel sheet, if I go to this tab where I have actually copied the data from the data sheet so that the original data is saved, and you can see that I have created another column in the F column, and in this column what I have done is that if you look at the cell F2, I have applied the lower formula, and here in the F2 this lower B2 means that all the text contained in the cell B2 will be converted into the lower text. So I will apply this formula into cell F2, and you will see that all the text now is in lower text. Once I have applied this formula into cell F2, all I need to do is that I just need to drag and pull this plus sign and apply this formula to all the cells in the column F, so that the text of the feedback it will all be converted into the lower text. In this step 4, I need to perform the keyword matching and the sentiment scoring. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So what we are going to do is that we are going to use the count if function to search for the occurrences of the keywords we identified earlier in the feedback text we have. So for here you will see that I have placed the different keywords in my keyword table, such as satisfied, happy, excellent, overworked, dissatisfied, unrealistic. Okay, and underneath what I have done is that I have applied the count if formula to count for the occurrences of this particular keyword. So here the count if formula, you will see that I have used the dollar signs against the range. The reason is that because I want to fix a range. Since when I apply this count if formula, the range is going to be same, I will only be changing the keyword. Okay, so in the cell H2, I have applied the formula. So this formula tells Excel that the Excel needs to look into this range of F2 to F51, which is basically all the cells that contains the feedback text, and then Excel will look for this for the occurrence of this keyword satisfied, and then Excel will return how many times this particular keyword has occurred. So here you will see that when I apply this count if formula, the keyword satisfied has appeared 3 times in the F column. Similarly, I can apply the same formula by changing the keywords into all the different cells. so that I will see that how many times each keyword has appeared in this feedback text. In the next step, what I need to do is that I need to convert this occurrence of keywords into individual sentiment score. You remember that I have already assigned basically a quantitative score to each the keyword. So what I will do is that I will multiply the occurrences of a particular keyword into the quantitative score assigned to that keyword. So here in cell H5 you will see the formula H2 into R3. Now what is H2 into R3? H2 into R3 means that multiply the occurrences of the keyword satisfied into its numeric or quantitative score, which is 1. So I will apply the similar formula into all these cells so that I can get the individual sentiment score. And in the next step, what I am going to do is that I am going to sum up all these individual sentiment scores to get the total sentiment score. So what I need to do is that I need to apply the sum formula to sum up all these 6 values of individual sentiment scores, so that I will get a total sentiment score of 1. Now I need to convert this total sentiment score into an overall sentiment that is either positive, negative or neutral. So in order to do that, what I will do is that I will use an if formula. Here you can see the if formula I have applied for the overall sentiment. So formula says if J8 is greater than 0, positive; if J8 less than 0, negative; else neutral. Now what this if formula does, the cell J8 contains the total sentiment score. Okay, so what I am asking Excel is that check if the total sentiment score is greater than 1. If this condition is true, then the overall sentiment score is going to be positive. If that's not true, then check if the overall sentiment score is less than 0, that is negative. If that's the case, then our overall sentiment will be negative. And if neither condition is true, then our overall sentiment is going to be neutral. Here the if formula that I have used, it's up to you that I have put the condition that if the overall sentiment score is greater than 0. Now the greater than 0 means that even the 1 can be greater than 0. But if you want to change the condition, for example, if you say that the overall sentiment will be considered positive only if the overall sentiment score is greater than 4, and so on, you can change the formula accordingly. So here in this example we see that the overall sentiment of the employees of our organization is positive. In the next step, okay, I have already done that part, classified sentiment. That was our step number 5. Now in the step number 6, we can visualize our results as well. So what we will do is that we will apply a pivot chart on the data set, and we would like to see the distribution of the employee sentiment across various departments. So in this screen you can see that I have created a pivot chart, and in this pivot chart you can see that the negative sentiment is light blue and the positive sentiment is gray. And you can see that in HR department, the majority of the negative sentiment is coming from the HR employees. Okay, and the majority of the positive sentiment is coming from the IT department. So this chart helps us understand the distribution of the sentiment of the employee. Okay, so we can take a preventive measure, or we can actually modify our HR strategies accordingly. In the earlier example, I have already showed you how to create the pivot chart, so I'm not going to repeat the step, but here you can see the pivot chart that I've created. So what I have done is that I have dragged the department field into the access category, and I have taken the sentiment into the legend and the count of sentiment values to make this particular chart. So viewers, I hope that this video will be helpful for you to understand how to apply the concept of sentiment analysis in a practical scenario using a very commonly used tool that is Microsoft Excel. Now remember that there are other tools available as well that you can use to perform sentiment analysis in more details. You can even use Python programming language to perform much more in-depth sentiment analysis. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please don't forget to share, subscribe and like. Thank you.